What is up, man, sir? Okay, so today I got another on the stores for you guys. So recently I got myself Tekken 7 during Black Friday, and I have to say, out of all that I've played of it, it's only worth the $300 that I have paid for it. I don't believe it's kind of worth the full amount that they're asking for. I mean, the game itself is super balanced. I mean, you got big characters that are slow but pack a big punch. You got the smaller characters that are more nimble, that pack less of a punch, but you can probably get more combos and shit out of. So I mean, it's balanced, and that's the awesome piece about it. It's the only reason why you play Tekken, is that it's that type of a balance. And plus, it's fucking awesome. It also kept the charm from like the previous games. So I mean, the last Tekken I ever played was Tekken 4 back in whenever the fuck it was released. And I remember that game so well, and it was a lot of fun. And when I played Tekken 7, I was kind of like concerned that it wasn't going to have that same charm. And boy was I wrong, it had the charm. I was so fucking happy that it had the charm. Because it is such a nice charm to have. I mean, you know, you invite your friends around. If you guys are old enough to drink, grab a beer or so. As the game ends up saying, you know, get ready for a battle and shit. I mean, you invite your friends around and have a beer, and you just, like, have fun. I mean, you can play as the characters and beat the shit out of each other. I mean, you can have a tournament for fuck's sake, even if you're not old enough to drink. You can, like, invite your friends around, have a tournament going, and, you know, you can say, like, oh, no, I'm betting, like, the dishes or next week's chores or whatever, that, you know, you have to do for me. For like a month or some shit because you're trying to be extreme. That's the type of fun that this game has, okay? It's the fun that you should be having, in my opinion. Because I mean, there's like certain like street fights and whatnot where it's very stressful. I mean, when I was playing Street Fighter with my girlfriend and stuff, I would rage. And I suck at fighting games, okay? And I'll admit that one. That's why you guys can probably see when I'm fighting and shit, got a little assist piece going. So I know I suck, but I'd never feel like I suck that much when I'm facing people. But when I can get my ass completely and utterly destroyed in Street Fighter by my girlfriend, I will have an exception. Because when I play stuff like Tekken, I don't get my ass completely destroyed. That's where I'm kind of going with it, is that Street Fighter, it revolves so much around getting combos, and no matter how much I button mash, because I'm completely useless like that, I can't seem to get the right combo, whereas everyone else can get the right combo and remember it. That's why I enjoy stuff like Tekken and even Injustice, because they balance the games and don't necessarily need to know every combo in the game in order to win. I mean, I'm pretty sure in order to know it, you would be definitely like really good at it. But it's not a necessary requirement for it, and that's the one that I really appreciate, because it helps plebs like myself get through the game. So I'm really happy about the fact that it has that. So the next thing I'm really fucking happy about is that the character customization that goes on this game is fucking hysterical, in my opinion. I mean, you can strap on the weirdest fucking stuff to your character. I mean, you can have a male character be nothing but like a wrestling speedo, for fuck's sake. You'd have him glistening and whatnot, like Randy Orton when he walks down the ring with all the baby oil that's lubed all over his fucking legs and whatnot, okay? It's fucking funny. And what ends up happening is that, you know, you can have like wrestling jocks, you can have fucking the shoes that light up every time you're walking. And you can put on a top hat that's glistening and all that shit. It's like a sparkly top hat, or if you want a fedora, you can put on a fedora and all that shit. It's fucking great. I mean, you can fucking tie up your hair in different ways. It's not enough to be tied up, I guess. You can customize the eyes as well if you really want to, or you're really focusing on doing that. Like, the customization is huge, and it's so much fun just to try and create the weirdest fucking shit you could possibly imagine. And it's great like that. I fucking love the fact like that. And my personal favorite, with the customization, the one that I absolutely fucking adore with customization, they added a shower headpiece to the game. And I know they probably didn't mean to add it as like, they meant to add it, but as like a joke, like, oh no, you can keep your character glistening with sweat type stuff, like super wet and whatnot. So, I mean, you didn't see it like that, but since I'm from South Africa, here's a twist to it. So, it's just a very, 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 very big representation for South Africa, because our dumbass ex-president decided that, as I'm pretty sure you're serious about it, but then, you know, it became a running joke with South Africa. Our ex-president decided that, you know, the best way to cure yourself of AIDS is, after having sex with someone that has AIDS, take a shower. That is the best logic coming from our president as to how to cure yourself of AIDS. Take a goddamn shower. Why the fuck did he decide to say that? I don't know. But the fact that he got the shower head leads me to think that this is the best representation of South Africa on the planet since the merch guy, like Claude, whatever the fuck his name is, from Titanfall 2 and Titanfall 1. He is so fucking South African that, you know, Hollywood should hire him if they ever want to get a South African accent. Just ask him to be a voice actor and you're fine. He was great, in all honesty. He was possibly the best I think I'll ever see in my lifetime do a South African accent. Now I'm on to the point of my issues with the game. Number one, I feel like the game is too short. In terms of the actual fights that you have, the game is too short, and the cutscenes are too fucking long. Like, fucking Christ. You spend so much time just watching cutscenes compared to what you spend actually playing the fucking game. Like, what the fuck? I don't give a shit about, you know, the cutscene and what's going on with the shit, because it does follow on to what the story is when like, you know, you're fighting and shit. But you're following a fucking reporter who lost his family. Why should I be caring? I know it's, again, me being a wholehearted fuck. But why should I be caring about this guy? I'm more concerned about why can't I be playing as, like, why am I playing as Heihachi, or whatever the fuck his name is, and not beating the fuck out of, like, my kid Kazuna or whatnot, yeah? Seeing as the whole point of it is to beat the shit out of him. Why am I spending time with this fucking reporter? I mean, you spend maybe 2 fights per chapter in the 13 chapters. The rest of it's like 3 fucking cutscenes of varying lengths. And I'm sure someone's already done this, but like, if you take all the fight scenes from the game, you probably have about 30 minutes of fights. You take all the cutscenes, you have about 3 hours worth of cutscenes. Why the fuck was that a thing? I really don't know. It's just, it's too long in my opinion. It's just way too fucking long. But my next issue, I guess, that I can also say, I'm probably one of the few people that have an issue with this. I do have an issue with the over-sexualization of the female characters. I mean, it's a lot less than in previous times. I mean, I'm looking at Nina, Christina, all that shit from, like, you know, Tekken 4 days, where, like, all of them were exposing as much, like, cleavage and ass and shit as possible. So a lot less this year, seems to be more focused on one fucking character. And might I just say that she is the embodiment of exactly that. Big ass and big tits and shit. Okay? But, I mean, I'm one of the few guys that are complaining. I'm sure there are plenty of other people who are complaining. I'm just one of the guys that are complaining. It's very few. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, as much as Tekken and them try to counteract this by adding, like, you know, females get to wear bikinis and shit like that to expose more skin. Guys get the wrestling speedo. Can't say we're the same, because, like, as much as you can say, ooh yeah, this guy is thick as fuck, in terms of, like, I don't know, the guy's ass being big, it's nothing really compared to the woman. And the other sad piece to me is the fact that the bulge for the guys in the pants is the same size bulge as that on the females. So it's kind of like you don't like if you are trying to admire like Jin or whatever. And the reason I'm saying Jin a lot is because he's got the easiest name to be saying, and I'm really stupid. If you look at Jin and it's like, oh yeah, he's so hot and whatnot. You don't try and think like, oh no, maybe what size dick does he have, and because I mean for guys like, oh no, she's so hot, and what size tits and ass and whatnot does she have. You go to Jin and it's like, okay, he's definitely not a meaty butt, and like, okay, cool. But then the bulge is the same size as any of the female characters, and you start thinking to yourself, clearly the female characters probably have the bigger dicks. Comment down below if you think the females do have the bigger dicks compared to the guys. I personally do think that is the case because my fucking god. But yeah, so apart from the customization, my other big problem is there's a loot box system. Sorry, treasure chest system in this game. Like, to me, when the fuck did Tekken become something like Overwatch where you need a loot box system or whatever in order to try and get fucking visual items and shit? Like, when the fuck was that a necessary piece that was needed? Because I mean, as much as I would love to try and it's like a better way than spending like actual coins and shit that you earn in game, obviously, to try and buy the shower head or whatever. If you don't want to spend that type of money, then you just do something else or whatever. But why? I'm just curious as to why they decided to choose. We're gonna put in a loot box system for customizable items. I mean, at least it's customizable. It doesn't like increase stats or shit like that. So I'm fine. But I'm still just asking questions as to why they had to go and do that. But okay, so apart from that stuff, I think this is now like the end of me complaining about the game. I don't really think anything more to really complain about. I mean, the rest of it's quite a good game. Apart from it, also everything else seems like very short. I know it seems really weird to be saying, but like the side pieces seem short. Okay, but the one thing I do have to say that I commend the game, and I mean already at what I said, I would only pay like maybe 150 rand or 100 rand or whatever, because it's still not necessarily worth the 300, even with what I've said. But I have to say one massive thank you, and the reason why I think this game is definitely worth the 300 that I paid is that not only is the game, I also appreciate the fact that the game is beautiful. It's a stunning game. But the one thing I fucking love the most about this game, they added the intros, the character art, the background art, cutscenes, all that shit from every Tekken game that there is. And yes, you probably just heard me correctly. So, if you were to pit, like for myself, I played Tekken 4. If you bought Tekken 7 and you went to like the little like art gallery customization type piece, you can actually go and buy the sets of previous Tekken games. But buy as in using in-game currencies, please understand. And it's not that they're making it difficult to get those currencies, because when I started the game I had 3 million. By finishing the game I had 6 million, because they gave me another 3 million on top of that. And you still earn coins and shit from doing like either online games or treasure chest hunts or whatever. But I mean, that's the fun piece about it, is that I could start Tekken 7 and immediately jump into rewatching the intro for Tekken 4, which is what I grew up with. I grew up with Tekken 4, so I watched that intro a fuck ton. That's what I enjoyed about it. So I can go and watch the stuff for 1. I can go check out the art for the games. I can check everything out for all the games, and that's what I enjoy. So you can keep up to date with the story and where the story went at this point and at this point and all that shit, which is really cool. I mean, I think the cutscenes for the games as well, it's like all the in between the fight shit that goes on is in those games as well, so I can catch up again on the story. So I really, really appreciate. Oh yeah, sorry. One more little complaint. One complaint. Why is it that Akuma makes it into the game and there's no fucking kangaroo from Tekken 5? This complaint is mostly from my girlfriend. But why the fuck is there no kangaroo from Tekken 5? I mean, my girlfriend fucking like goes on and on and on about how the kangaroo from Tekken 5 was the shit. He was like exactly what you wanted. I mean, Tekken 4 I had the panda. My girlfriend had a fucking kangaroo. Where the fuck is the kangaroo? We did a Kuma from fucking Street Fighter. Where the fuck is the kangaroo? I want the kangaroo because I've never fucking played as a kangaroo, and I think that would be epic if I played with the kangaroo. Plus, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend would play the fuck out of this game a lot more, because she loves that kangaroo. So please, Tekken guys, bring back the kangaroo. I fucking beg of you. Bring him back. And please make a bundle set for the characters, because I'm not fucking buying each time. If I'm to buy a character, because there are extra characters, I'm not really wanting to buy the character individually. Just make it like a pass, so then I can get all of it at once or some shit. But yeah, okay, so I think that covers everything. Yep, seems to cover everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do feel free to like and subscribe and all that shit. Check out my Twitch channel. Planning to do a lot more uploading in my future. Currently it's a bit inactive because my Wi-Fi has been causing me a lot of fucking problems. But hopefully that did fix soon enough. And I'll start streaming some more, so go check out my Twitch. Follow, don't have to subscribe, just follow the Twitch. Subscribe if you want, but only when I start streaming, please. Just, you guys can follow that in the meantime. Watch that. Follow me on Instagram. Again, please use the same handles as basically everything. All of us Clanwimmers, just check that out. But I guess then for now, I'll get you next time.